It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. And it's all up next.
In between the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, it's Arlington, Texas, host to the grand mecca of football, AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And here we see Dak Prescott taking the field, Mike, coming off what a lot of people thought was an MVP caliber season. He finished runner-up, of course, to Lamar Jackson. And people love to nitpick Dak's game. I don't know if it's because he plays for the Cowboys and people love to hate. But regardless, he is as talented as they come. He is the leader of that team. He needs to have the postseason success that he has found in the regular season. Once he does that, I'm not sure what's left to nitpick. These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
A first carry now for Rico Dowdle. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Quay Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A shotgun snap for Prescott. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And he's out of bounds in great shape down at the 15-yard line. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll throw again, Dak. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
He spent a lot of time, Mike, over these last couple days speaking to the media, and the thing that jumped out to me was just how confident he was in his team's preparation ahead of today's game. Now, only time will tell or not whether it makes a difference, but if his confidence is any indication of how they're going to perform, this could be a tough team to beat.
The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And just a short pickup there to about the 44. Here's a 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Jacobs. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. The man in motion is Watson. And he's going to pick it up. He'll take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
Love to throw it on 1st down. That complete to Jacobs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
A 2nd down throw for Love. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Love. A throw to the right flat. It is caught.
Well, let's give the defense a little credit here. You talk about read and reacting quickly. They recognize the screen right out of the jump, and he's able to beat the blocker to the spot and keep him to no gain.
Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. McManus's kick is good. And the Packers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Cavante Turpin on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They had the interception on that opening drive. It only led to a field goal, so 3-0 as the offense comes back out 1st and 10. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
2nd down, Prescott. The open man is Tolbert. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angles so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. The pressure all over him. He goes down again.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Packers offense ready for their 2nd possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. Now he'll run it. Give him 14 on that play, one first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll run it to the right here with Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at their line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Love. That one on target to Watson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A run up the middle with Jacobs. He'll be taken down at about the 33-yard line. Micah Parsons on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On 2nd down, Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Back to throw is Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to...
And he's into the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Packers are out to a 10-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Throwing is Prescott. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. This pass right side caught by Lamb.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He keeps it himself. Dak wisely hits the deck at the end, but he slides after picking up the first down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's a carry for Dowdle. He'll get about 2. Quay Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle. Second down and 8. Dak to throw. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Quick hitting slant there. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down. So some early intrigue as we have reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Packers on top. We're back to Arlington in a moment. First and 10. Here's Prescott. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Now Prescott. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. That is caught, and he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And now they'll be looking at 3rd and goal.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Cowboys. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down, taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys are on the board. It's 10-7. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. Kavontae Turpin to return for the Cowboys. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Cowboys offense and running back Rico Dowdle getting set for this next drive. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Edger and Cooper, they're on the tackle. They'll run with Dowdle. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Dowdle. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. Open man downfield. It's CeeDee Lamb. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Here's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Now Prescott going to make the read and keep it himself. He fumbled the football. The Packers have it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
Toward the middle. That one caught by Watson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
You'll get this to about midfield. Osa Odigizua there on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. On play action, Love. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Open is Kraft. He's got it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll tuck it and take off.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Open man, left side. He's got it. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's 1st and goal.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything's short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Now Love. That one, taken in. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers.
Pretty interesting sequence of play calls here, Mike. You can tell going into this game, they felt their matchups down here deep in the tight red zone were better through the air than maybe they were necessarily on the ground. We see 2 back-to-back throws. The second one, though, results in a touchdown.
McManus on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Packers will get out in front 17-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Short kick taken just inside the 20. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Dak wisely hits the deck at the end, but he slides after picking up the first down. A first down there. Gain of 14 yards.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Xavier McKinney, the one who brings him down. Second and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll manage only a couple. The veteran Kenny Clark in on the stop. Third and 5. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on third down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. And he will score. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Dallas. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Now, Aubrey for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Cowboys are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's Christian Watson and the rest of the Packer offense heading back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And that'll be a pickup of 3. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
From the gun, it's Love. That is into the hands of Wicks. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Love to throw it on 1st down. Off he goes. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down. To throw is Love. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. Cooks going in motion. 1st down, Prescott. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To throw is Prescott. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Prescott. To the left side, caught by Lamb.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. Now he takes off.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. To throw is Dak. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Here's Dak to throw. The open man is Tolbert. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Prescott. He's got a man open. That's Tolbert. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Prescott again. He pulls it in around the 5. So we have reached halftime here, and the visitors from Green Bay out on top. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the 1st half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the 2nd half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Jordan Love and the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Dobbs headed in motion. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On comes the Packers punting team, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. The home team's offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball, and that's what he's done in this one. On 1st and 10, Prescott. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And a good run there on 2nd down. A pickup of 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have a Cowboys 1st down. That'll be a gain of 15 on 4th down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. They get 24 on that one, and just like that, it's 1st and goal.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? they've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. The kick is good. And the Cowboys cut the lead to 3, 24-21. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out there. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Love. He'll try to hit him with a screen. The screen works for 10 yards and a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
They get 15 on that game. First down, Packers.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Jacobs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That complete to Jacobs.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This one from 52 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
On the return, here's Turpin. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. Play action now. Prescott. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
On the ground, it's Dowdle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Got a man, that's Tolbert. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
It's 3rd and 1, and here's Prescott. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. 17 yards on that connection. First down, Cowboys.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Got his man at the 6. And he will get into the end zone. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown, Dallas.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys have taken the lead by a point here in the 3rd. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This returnable with Reed. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Packers offense and receiver Christian Watson set to go once more. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Love to throw it on first down. This one is caught by Reed. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Love. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
Packers set to kick this one away. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt. He'll punt for the 2nd time after hitting a beauty in his first effort. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Love. He keeps it himself. Love going to get to the ground, avoid the contact, and pick up a 1st down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
In motion, Reed. He'll go play action with Love. He'll go left side here and complete this one. A pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
When you're running a crossing route versus man coverage, you understand that there's going to be nobody waiting for you on the far side of the field. So if you can create separation on your man defender and separate away, there's a lot of green grass, And that's where the quarterback went with the ball.
Taking off. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Now Love. Toward the middle. That one caught by Watson. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as the tackle's made at about the 5-yard line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Here's Jacobs. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. To throw is Love. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they are all over that on defense. Good surge, drops him back. Let's put him at the 9-yard line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike, but 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Short kick taken just inside the 20. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They trail by 2 and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Here's a carry for Dowdle. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. A shotgun snap for Prescott. This pass right side caught by Lamb. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. Now Dowdle. And I don't know, I think he is short. They are. They're going to mark him short, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Great job with the pressure up the middle on 3rd and 1, Mike. When that back has to make someone miss in the backfield, that's all they need to throw off the timing. He's fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage. This defense holds him to no gain, brings up 4th down.
The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here. starting with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On the bootleg, it's Love. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. Now a 3rd and 2. On play action, Love. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. Here's 2nd and 2. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The Packers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. In motion, Reed. Now Jacobs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now Love. Catch is made by Romeo Doubs. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Love to throw on 1st and 10. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get about 4 out of that one, and that should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Now, faking the give. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances?
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
We spend so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on 3rd down, and give yourself a chance.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Love. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And he's out of bounds in great shape down at the 15-yard line. Well, 3rd and 19, no problem. They pick it up on 3rd and long. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Dobbs headed in motion. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Clearly trying to catch the defense by surprise, Mike. If the draw works, it's a touchdown. But being down here in the red zone, this is a tough spot on the field to get away with running that draw play.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's in! Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up 1, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the 4th quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
Now it's McManus for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Packers will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. A good return as he takes it across the 30. There's CeeDee Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys teammates. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Pistol now for Prescott. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
They'll run with Dowdle. And he's trying to turn the corner, but will not do it. Brought down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Here's a third down and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Dak going to run with it himself. And he'll take this forward only to about the 46-yard line.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Second down, Prescott. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on them early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Now a give on the ground, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They need to get this to the 23. Here's third down. On play action, here's Dak. That's caught, left side, it's complete. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
And he's inside the 10, pushing forward for a gain of 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a toss, right side. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
On 3rd down, Prescott. That is caught. And he's going to have the 1st down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
And he will score. Game on. Dak Prescott, touchdown Cowboys. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now, Aubrey for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cowboys will cut it to a 2-point lead. So the lead is down to just 2 now in the 4th quarter as they kick it off. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. From the gun, it's Love. That one on target to Watson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Closing in on 200 receiving yards for the game. He's been outstanding. That one good for a 1st down. Here's Love. Right back to Watson. Another grab. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. On the bootleg, it's Love. This one is caught by Reed. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Josh Jacobs was the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
On the ground, it's Jacobs. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. To throw is Love. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So here comes Brandon McManus in a pressure situation. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This one he's gotta have. This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. It is 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap for Prescott. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt. There's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
It's 3rd and 1, and here's Prescott. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Here's 1st down. They'll throw again. Dak. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their 2nd. They'll stop it here with 1:07 on the clock. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Here we go. 1st and goal. Throwing is Prescott. Oh, a loose football. The Packers have it.
And there is the backbreaker, Mike. The one thing you can't have late in the ball game is a turnover. You're ready, you're up against the wall. You know you need a late score here to come back from behind, and let's give credit to this defense. They know they were a stop away from victory, and after forcing that late turnover, it looks like they're going to seal this one.
The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. So, it's a win here for the visiting Packers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.